Of course, for Newcastle United, the transfer window is going to be really, really busy. One of the key positions that Eddie Howe and the staff are looking to strengthen is that right-hand side of midfield. Eddie Howe in particular is looking for an athletic, strong, a leadership type character who's right-footed, who can be developed with the team, but also who wants to play for Newcastle United, who wants to be part of that story. And there's 4 players who have been talked about over the past few weeks who could be potential for that particular position. You've got James Ward-Prowse of Southampton, who's just been relegated. James Maddison, of course, who plays for Leicester, and Newcastle bid for him a few months ago. They may get relegated, but you also got Conor Gallagher, who's had a really good season for Chelsea, and Dominik Szoboszlai, the Hungarian 22 international captain for Hungary, who plays for Leipzig in Germany. So this is what we're going to talk about in today's video, and what these guys from the Singapore Supporters Club think about who might be the best fit for Newcastle United. It's coming up. Welcome back, it's Eddie here from Tyneside Life. And if you didn't see my video a few days ago that I released before the Brighton game, I've had the pleasure and privilege of meeting 9 or 10 guys from the Singapore Supporters Club, all the way from Malaysia. And first of all, I'd just like to say on behalf of all Newcastle United fans, it's a privilege meeting overseas fans like yourself, and the commitment that you show and the distances that you travel. It's amazing. So thank you very much for your support. So first of all, can you introduce yourselves?
Oh, my name is Zikri. I'm 32 this year, and I love Alan Shearer.
I'm Joseph. I've been supporting since 1993, before Alan Shearer.
Well done.
Hi, I'm Suresh. I'm proud to be just beside the St. James Park, and I've been supporting from 1995, and we are going to get the points today.
Hi, I'm Junrong. So I'm so glad that I'm here actually standing in front of the St. James Park. Yeah.
Welcome, guys. So there you go, just a quick reminder, the 4 players in the position that Eddie Howe wants to fill. He wants a right-footed midfielder, somebody who's strong, who's fit, who's athletic, who's a leader, who's also versatile and interchangeable with 2 or 3 other positions, but somebody also who wants to be part of Newcastle's story. James Ward-Prowse, first of all, plays for Southampton, just been relegated, of course, has some excellent statistics for his game.
I guess for James Ward-Prowse, right, since Southampton is relegated, so I guess we can get him for a reasonable fee. I guess he will have a relegation clause. I'm not sure. Yeah, and also because he's a Southampton captain, so definitely he will have leadership to, and also be a good influence for the team as well. And also for Newcastle at the moment, Kieran Trippier is our so-called the main free kick taker. So James Ward-Prowse is actually a very good free kick taker. So he also bring this element of the game into the team. So he could mix it up with Trippier as well. Yeah.
Statistics, he ranks in the top 13% of midfielders in the whole of Europe for key passes and the top 7% for crosses. He's the most consistent player for Southampton as well. And no player has scored more goals from outside the box in the whole of the Premier League in the last 6 seasons. That's 18 and 15 of those being free kicks. And all the other progressive statistics he tops as well for scoring most goals, the highest XGA, completed the most passes, most crosses. This guy is also an England international or fringe player. He's just been a bit unlucky, I think, being in the wrong side, because he's a top player who I think personally, although he's 28 years old, he could be an excellent acquisition for Newcastle, just hitting the peak of his particular career. So for me, I have to say, for me, any one of those 4 players I would happily see in the Newcastle United side. Who Newcastle United want, who Eddie thinks he can work with the best. Of course, we've got James Maddison. We put a £50 million bid in a few months ago, but it was rejected by Leicester. Do you think Eddie Howe may still be interested in James Maddison?
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe should go forward for James Maddison. Basically, we can see from the statistics which happened in this season, you can see that without Maddison, I think Leicester really struggled. I think with his power in the midfield, I think Leicester lacked in that, and that's why when he's back from injury, he did his level best by giving a good free kicks and everything, and he did marvelously. But the only thing is that the in-depth with the team coordination was not there much, and also injury played a very big part for Madison in this season in Leicester. So I think with chances of Leicester going down in this season, I think still there's 1-2 games to go, and probability, especially the last game when I saw Leicester, they really were blunder. I think they don't attack and they have no idea in the field. So from there, I feel that in the last 2 games, I don't think so there will be much difference. And with the relegation on the pipeline, I think Eddie Howe should get Madison in, and he's really a good. I feel that he holds the ball very well in the midfield, and especially free kicks. I think he's equal to Trippier. He takes fine free kicks and he scores lots from free kicks, and his set pieces are very well. So next season, I think we are going for the top 4, and when we are going for a Champions League, I think we need a good, strong midfield. I think there's going to be in and on games coming up, especially weekends and weekdays, and we need top players like Madison. So I hope Eddie Howe continues the main target of Madison to come over into St James Park. Thanks.
But for me, they're both very, very similar players. They have great vision, great passes of the ball, great dead ball. I think Madison is probably a better player with the ball at his feet, attacking defenders, than Sean Ward-Prowse, but I certainly wouldn't grumble if we had James Maddison. And of course, then we've got Conor Gallagher for Chelsea, another great player, another England fringe player, being one of the shining lights for Chelsea in a really poor season. How would you see Conor Gallagher fitting in? Do you think we are genuinely interested in him?
I think we were interested in Conor Gallagher, but in the end we did not pull the trigger. So I'm not very sure whether we will still go in for him, because I do find that he is a bit rash, a little bit like Anthony Gordon actually. There's a bit of similar players to Anthony Gordon. But I trust the direction where the organisation is going. The football club has been making good decisions in purchasing players. So I think they're going to get something out of the bag that we will not expect.
Yeah, well said. I think for me, Conor Gallagher, a great player, but he's a little bit different from James Maddison and Sean Ward-Prowse, who are can be more utilised as box-to-box midfielders. I'm not convinced Conor Gallagher is great in his defensive player. I could be wrong. So he's not top of my list. Of course, we've got Dominik Szoboszlai, who's been linked recently. He plays for Leipzig. On the right-hand side of midfield, another right-footed player, 22-year-old Hungarian international. In fact, he's the captain for Hungary. There is a release clause in his contract of £61 million. I think at the moment he demands a salary of around £150,000 a week. Clearly a top world-class player. Leipzig, of course, are third at the moment in the Bundesliga. They could be qualifying for the Champions League anyway. He has kind of intimated that he would be open to moving to another club, or certainly inferred that in one of his recent interviews. But this is a guy who's clearly used to playing at the highest level. He wants to play regular Champions League football, whether if we genuinely make a move for Szoboszlai, as it's indicated because scouts, I believe, have been watching him, whether he'd be interested in a move to Newcastle, even if we could afford to pay for him at this part of our club's development. I'm not convinced, although if we could, I'd love to see a player like him arrive. And so those are the 4 players. Who would you like to see personally come in on the right-hand side of midfield to help strengthen that area?
Well, for me, I prefer Dominic because he's young as compared to the rest. So there's adding much into the team, and like he has been eyeing for highest competition. So it's a no-brainer not to get him. He's a good asset for our future games. For games up to come, yeah, correct.
Of course, there's 1 or 2 other names in the hat. You know, it's this is really complex. Newcastle United, of course, haven't qualified for the Champions League yet. There might be the Europa League. That's going to have a bearing on the potential budget, so nobody knows. Let me know what you think. You know, these are just opinions. I've just got an opinion. If I had to pick one, I'd go for Sean Ward-Prowse for reasons explained earlier. But all 4, any one of them, I would happily see in Newcastle United. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think we should be targeting and why? I'm really interested to hear your views. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you see the Singapore guys out and about, you know, shake the hand, say hello, please. Till next time, catch you later.
Thank you.